Hey everyone. So in normal circumstances, I would say welcome back from spring break, but I think we all know that's not exactly the mindset that we're in right now. I wanted to put together a quick video because I know that in times of uncertainty, it can be reassuring to see a face instead of an email. I'm sure that you, like me, have been inundated with a million emails about what every business you've ever blinked at is doing about coronavirus. So the hope is that this will be personal enough to sort of rise above the dull inbox roar. As I mentioned in my email, we're still looking at some big changes to the course, even though we've been online all along. That's mainly because of the very likely possibility that a pass-fail option is going to be offered to all students taking courses for general education or elective credit. But it's also because when we wrote our syllabi, we weren't planning for this. My goal is not to cram every originally planned assignment into the rest of the semester with no regard for the current situation. It's to make sure that we meet those expected learning outcomes on the syllabus and to make sure that we share a meaningful learning experience. Um, I believe that both teaching and learning are very human, fluid acts. And when something like COVID-19 shows up and shakes up our entire sense of humanity, business as usual just isn't going to cut it. So, with that said, I want to share a little bit about the thoughts that I'm having as we head into the back half of the semester. So we spent the first half building a really solid foundation for the discussion of children's literature, kind of in theory. We've been working primarily with texts. I originally had planned to spend the second half digging into the ways that literature for children gets messy and human when it gets out into the world. And I think that's an especially apt direction for us to continue in right now. Um, I do want to cover the same topics, but depending on the needs of the group, we might approach them in some different ways. My baseline plan is to cut down on the number of assignments we submit and to spend the second half of the term working toward kind of one final project. That's because I'm assuming that you all kind of have a lot more on your plates, whether that is just physically more things that you have to be doing in places, not places you have to go, please don't go anywhere, but more courses you're taking online. It's possible that some of you have had to pick up additional work or additional jobs, or even just that like your mental energy is depleted, and that makes a lot of sense. We're people, and we have that going on. So by cutting down on the number of assignments, my hope is not that we will learn less, but that you won't feel so inundated and stressed out at this time. And honestly, I personally also have a lot going on. I've got my kids at home now. Grading doesn't happen on quite the schedule that it used to. And, maybe some of you have kids at home now too. There's just, life's different than it was when we wrote this syllabus. So anyway, baseline plan, cut back on the number of assignments, spend the back half working towards kind of a final project. So what I'm envisioning for now is kind of a series of responses to the literature and topics that can be revised and then compiled into like one final submission. So that's about all the detail that I'm going to go into for now on that, because the specifics are going to depend a lot on the action item that I'm about to give you. So below, you'll find a link for a survey, and in it, I'm asking you to share a little bit with me about the specific challenges that you're facing in light of the pandemic. I'd ideally like to have those back by the end of the day on Monday. I know that's kind of a quick turnaround, but that's so that I can recalibrate and formalize a plan as soon as possible. It's a really quick survey, mostly just multiple choice and check boxes. And then once that's all done, I'm going to hold a Zoom meeting. It'll be the same time for both sections, where I can discuss the plan kind of in depth and where you can all ask questions if you have them. And just kind of have a chance to interface directly with me and with each other at this time when we're all just feeling a little bit bamboozled. So I'm going to sign off for now, but please don't hesitate to shoot me an email if you want to talk about anything. I am lonely and quarantined in Norway, so you won't be bothering me. So bye for now. Wishing you all good health, calm nerves, clear heads. Please, please, please keep your distances, eat your veggies, and get some good sleep.